Now, let's see what are the effects of refraction. It is due to refraction of light that when we hold a stick obliquely and partially immersed in water, it appears to be bent at the surface of water. An object appears to be raised when placed under water. You might have observed that when you go to the swimming pool, the bottom of the pool seems to be very near to you than it actually is. Pool of water appears less deep than it actually is. If a lemon is kept in a glass of water, it appears to be bigger when viewed from the sides of glass. It is due to refraction of light that stars appear to twinkle at night. Now, first, let's talk about atmospheric refraction. Now, what does atmospheric refraction mean? When the refraction of light takes place due to Earth's atmosphere, it is called atmospheric refraction. When light ray enter the atmosphere, there is air and every air layer has different temperature. These air layers have different optical densities. Cooler air layer is an optically denser medium for light rays, whereas warmer air layer is optically rarer medium for light rays. You know that as we keep on moving up, there is difference in the temperature, and you all know that the density changes with temperature. So the air layers which are colder will act as optically denser, whereas air layers which are warmer will be acting as optically rarer medium. Now, what can you see? Obviously, the stars. And what are these process that you observe you call as? You say that the stars are twinkling. Now, how do we explain it in terms of physics, that why are these stars twinkling? Let's understand this. Now, the atmosphere of the earth is made up of different layers, which you already know, which are affected by winds, varying temperatures and different densities as well. When light from a distant source, let's say a star, passes through a turbulent, what do we mean by turbulent? The moving air in the atmosphere, it undergoes refraction many times because it is traveling from one layer to another, and at each layer it will, since it is of different optical density, it will suffer refraction. When we finally perceive this light from a star, it appears to be twinkling. This is because some of the light rays reach us directly and some bends away from and towards us. It happens so fast that it gives a twinkling effect. Just observe again why the stars are twinkling. So in this you can see that light from a star is entering the Earth's atmosphere, and you can see surrounding the Earth there are different layers. These layers will have different optical density, so the light will be bending, and since these layers of airs keep on moving, the bending also keeps on moving. So sometimes the stars will appear at one position and other time at other position, and it will give you a twinkling effect. Now, second interesting thing is stars appear higher than they are. That means you see them much higher than what they actually are at. Now, the light from stars is refracted as it comes down into Earth's atmosphere. This you must have understood by when we discussed the phenomenon of twinkling. Now, the air higher up in the sky is rarer, isn't it? And near the Earth's surface, obviously it will be denser. As the star light falls down, the dense air bends it more, and thus stars appear higher than they actually are. Now here you can see the position of the star. The star is at this position A, isn't it? Now here this is traveling from increasing optical density. That means the refractive index is increasing. So when the light from the star is moving down, it is, you can see it is bending at each layer, right? And when you actually see it from here, then it appears to come from this position. So the star seems to be higher than it is actually at. Advanced sunrise and delayed sunset. Basically, it means that you see the sun before it actually rises, and you see the sun even after it is set. So the thing is that we actually see the sunrise about 2 minutes before the sun is actually at that perceived position, and we see that the sunset, we see the sun actually after it has set. So why are these different perceptions? Obviously, it is because of phenomenon of refraction of light. So how this refraction of light is connected to our advanced sunset and delayed sunrise? Imagine the journey of light rays from the sun. At first, the journey of light is through vacuum and then through the atmosphere of the earth, and then it is finally seen by us. At first, vacuum will be acting as a rarer medium, and the earth's atmosphere, with all its temperature changes, winds, different gases, will be in a denser medium in comparison to that. During sunlight, the light rays bend due to our atmosphere, and we see the sun clearly, even though the sun is just below the horizon. You know what is an horizon? A line at which the sky and the earth meets. Similarly, at sunset, due to the same bending of light rays, we see the apparent position of the sun, not the actual position. To sum up, due to refraction, we see the sun rise about 2 minutes before it's actually there, and during sunset, we see it for around 2 minutes more, even though it has already moved from that position. Now just see this diagram. You can see here, this is a person who is standing on the earth, and this line is the horizon. Now, this is the true position of the sun, maybe at sunset or sunrise. That means whenever the sun is below the horizon line, then you should not be able to see it. But when light is traveling from this position of the sun towards your eyes, then it appears to be coming from this position. So, children, what happens is that early in the morning, if this is the position of the sun, you should not be able to see it because it is below the horizon line. But since the light is traveling from rarer to denser medium, and when it is reaching this person, it appears to come from here. So obviously you are able to see the sun even though it has not come up the horizon line. Similarly, during the evening, the sun has moved below the horizon line and you should not be able to see it. But again, the light from here reaches your eyes and it appears to come from here. So, even after the sun has actually set, that means it has gone below the horizon line, you are able to see it. Now see this magic. Isn't it a magic? Here you can see that there at the background, the screen is having checks of black and white, and a tumbler containing water is moved in front of it. When you are seeing the checks, you see it through water and see what has happened to them. It's simply a magic trick which you can perform, and this is magic. This magic is due to refraction. Now here again, can you see a small vessel with a coin, right? And you can observe what is happening. Now see, water is being poured and the coin is visible to you. Now see what actually was happening. This coin is taken, coin and the tumbler are taken away so that you cannot see the coin. But as soon as the water is added to this tumbler, you are able to see the coin. Obviously, because the coin must have raised up. And why did it rise up? It appears to be risen up because of the phenomena of refraction. You can even try this trick at home and observe it yourself, that how the coin becomes very clearly visible to you when you pour water into the container. Now let's observe what happens. Now light rays originating from the coin, they get refracted. So let's imagine two rays of light originating from the same point on the coin. You can see these two rays, they bend and reach the eye in this way. Now we imagine the eye to capture both these rays. Now when you trace back the path of light, then it appears to come from this position, right? So obviously the coin appears to be raised up. So the image appears closer to the surface and further in front than the object actually is at. Just see this illusion once again. You know, we always take two rays. So these two rays are falling obliquely, they bend, right? They are traveling from denser to rarer medium and they appear to be originating from this place, and you will see the coin to be raised up. Okay, now let's understand it. In this diagram, the first diagram, you can observe the coin to be at the bottom over here, right? And now these rays are traveling from the coin, and when you have to see this coin, your eye is at this position, right? The light rays are traveling directly from the coin to your eye, right? Now, when the water is poured into it, now let's see what is happening. Now, we need two rays to find the position of the coin. So, one ray is taken normally over here. And you know that a ray which falls normally on the surface, it travels what? Undeviated. So, just see this light has taken to be, it has gone straight. Another ray that we have taken is that is falling obliquely over here. Now, you know this is the normal, right? And since the light is traveling from where? It is traveling from water to air, that means denser to rarer medium. It will bend what? Away from normal. And this light ray will appear to come from this position. So, this coin which is actually at the bottom will appear to be to the person over here when he is observing it obliquely. So, just see the difference in the position of the eye. To see the coin when the water is not there, your position of eye is at this place, and when you pour water to in it in the container, then your eye is lowered down. You can very easily observe the coin. You don't have to raise your eyes so high enough. See another magic. There is a glass with a black arrow, and when you pour water into it, the direction of the arrow changes. This is a simple trick, again due to refraction, since light travels from denser to the rarer medium, and you can enjoy doing this activity on your own and show this magic to your younger brothers and sisters also. Now observe this pencil. Whenever you dip a pencil into water, you can see it will appear to be cut at the surface separating the medium. That means it will be appear to be cut at the boundary which is separating the air and water, and it not only appears to be cut, but it has appears to be broader also. This is again due to the phenomenon of refraction. Here too the light is traveling from where? From water to air. When you see it, it is traveling from water to air and it bends. So let's see the diagram. Now here again, at this is the position of the pencil you can observe, and we have taken two rays. One is the ray OD and other is ray OC, which are falling obliquely. They are traveling. Now see, when you want to see any object, remember the light will travel from that object to your eye. So these two rays are considered which are falling obliquely at the surface of water, and this is the normal. This is the normal for this ray. So the light is bending away from normal and it appears to come from the position I. So when you see the pencil, you will see it, this thing you will see as it is, isn't it? Because you are seeing it directly through air. But this portion of the pencil which is inside the water, you will see it from the water. So it will not appear to you at this place. It will appear to you at this place. So you will see the pencil in this form. That is why it appears to be bent.